We spoke with some folks at the Stop Asian Hate rally in El Cerrito about the importance of solidarity, supporting our AAPI communities, combating anti-Asian violence, knowing and sharing Asian American history and experiences, and the importance of political and civic engagement.
My name is Jenny Wong, W-O-N-G, and I'm the elected city auditor for Berkeley.
I'm Beth. I'm Danya. I'm Devin, and I'm in Berkeley.
Hi, my name is James Chang, and I'm from Berkeley, California.
My name is Jue, and I live in Albany, just across the hill.
My name is Kelly Wong. I live in Berkeley, and I've been here for 25 years.
Hey, I'm Joe. I live in El Cerrito.
Cesar K.
I also spoke with co-organizers Pat Sin and Raylene Coburn, parents and neighbors whose children attend the same school. While El Cerrito shows up, ECP and other groups organized weekly solidarity rallies and car protests in previous months and years. Pat and Raylene both saw an immediate need for action in El Cerrito against anti-Asian violence. Pat Sin, an assistant chief administrative law judge for the state, told us about her involvement in other rallies and what it was like jumping into an organizing role.
Okay. I showed up, I honked, but I didn't plan it. I didn't see myself as an organizer. I thought of myself more as someone who attended the community events. So this was not a natural role for me. This turnout has been amazing. We realized that we didn't really have a place to kind of disseminate information. So Raylene, who's one of the co-organizers, helped me create this Facebook page. It's called El Cerrito Stands with AAPI. And I would like to invite people to like the page.
Why do we show up?
I would like to use this opportunity to say to the people that are in my community, the people that look like me, that we need to also stand up for ourselves. That we cannot expect others to help or come to our aid if we ourselves do not recognize injustice, if we stand aside or stay silent.
The word solidarity, I think it's very important that when our communities, come together, that we show up. And for those who can't show up, we're here to hold space for you. And I think that's what's most important.
Well, I saw there was an action to come together around what's been happening in the country around the anti-Asian hate attacks and violence. And so I wanted to come to show my solidarity with the Asian American community.
We talked a lot of events. We talked about what happened recently, and that I was just so inspired by Asian community, what felt like finally coming together at those tragic events and feeling we need to have our voice heard and we need to making a change. And I was just telling Devin that I was just so inspired that we have so much non-Asian community showing up here.
Well, I have relatives in my family who are Asian American, and I, as a Jew and a queer person and disabled person, we're all in this together. People have had my backs and I'll have their backs. Yeah. And even though Trump is gone, we still have to protest.
Showing up to, like the events like the Solidarity Rally, that is obviously really important, just to show, your AAPI neighbors, friends, and family that you see them and you recognize the trauma that this community has gone through, not just this past week, but really for over a century.
A Jew. I am also in a scapegoated group, so it's a really easy leap to make to understand that Asians are being scapegoated as well. And so I feel like there couldn't be anything more important than standing up with Asian AAPI groups at this time. As an Asian and a Jew, these are both different groups that have been really exposed in the media in different ways recently. we've seen a lot of Asians really step forward and take a look at their own activism and take a look at their own allyship with the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement and all the horrific things that have been happening. So as an Asian and a Jew, both of those identities have been kind of difficult to take a look at in this time, and try to make sure that I'm stepping forward and trying to be part of this community, both communities really, in a tangible way. So it's important, I think, as someone with a mixed identity, to be very present and show up and try to practice intersectional activism as much as I can.
Audre Lorde, you do not have to be me in order for us to fight alongside each other. I do not have to be you to recognize that our wars are the same. What we must do is commit ourselves to some future that can include each other, and to work toward that future with the particular strengths of our individual identities. And in order to do this, we must follow each other with our differences at the same time as we recognize our sameness. Yin Q, Red Canary Song, is dedicated to working with fellow body workers and allies to continue the tilling of a kinder world. We are not asking for more men with guns. We are asking for rights and a place under the sun to peacefully labor, to prosper, to survive.